we were sitting here, Brian, having a nice day, and then my dad, Henk, got a call to say that there's 2 kayakers in trouble at the Fisherhaven lagoon. We got the mobile out, got fins from the 3 boats and the mobile. We got our wetsuits on, life jackets, and got in the mobile and raced down. The feeling in the car, it was quiet. No one was talking much, no radios, just sirens going as we were racing down to get there. As you come down into Meerensee, there was just a massive gate. Go through the gate, downhill to the beach where there's a jetty that you're supposed to run on, but the jetty was broken, so we ran on the sand. All you see is people standing on the beach watching. As we're busy running towards the beach to have a search, we spot the first casualty, the guy who got out with help from the law enforcement, and he says no, his friend is still at the back there and he should be close to the kayak.
We knew the lagoon was the mouth breached that morning, so the conditions was going to be very unusual to the norm.
We don't normally swim from the beaches. That's lifesavers work, and we don't man beaches. So this was an exceptional case. Exceptional in as much as that knowing the conditions of the water out there and knowing perfectly well that if anybody got swept out in those conditions, there was no ways that we could send a boat into the area to go and search for them. So the only way we could assist them was to send the swimmers out there. And while the swimmers were out there, we prepared the vessels to actually go around and sit off behind the back line. Should they get swept through with the rip currents, that we would have been there to pick them up. But the conditions inside were so messed up with the southwest storm that if a boat had to run in, it would probably have made it from the back line to the beach, and then it would have remained on the beach. It wouldn't have been able to go back out at all, not through that mess it was out there on that specific day.
You had a whole lot of debris coming out of the lagoon. The water was brown, it was dirty. The swells coming in was fairly high. So you had the clash of the water, the rip going out and the waves coming in, which just turned it into a washing machine.
And we couldn't see the other kayaker. We could only see the kayak that was quite deep in. We started a search and eventually we found him after, I would say, probably 10 minutes of searching.
It is a difficult decision to make because, I mean, sending them into those conditions, you're putting their lives at risk, and like all other NSRI stations, we're a close-knit family.
Dion wasn't prepared to send swimmers out just yet because they were a bit far out. As soon as the waves started bringing him in, he sent me and Andre in to go and swim.
We used the shoulder of the rip current that was quite fast and strong to get to him fast.
And we couldn't see the casualty at all, so we'd always turn around, look back at Dion, and Dion would direct us towards the casualty. When we got to him, his face was blue. He was in shock. He had no idea it was cooking. 2 weeks later, they came to visit us, and he said he thought we were angels coming to take him to heaven.
In that condition, it was just pure luck that they actually saw him. They managed to grab hold of him. I think that must have been anything about 80 to 100 meters out. And just after they got him, all 3 of them got caught up in the rip current again, and they got sucked back to the main current. And they must have swam like hell because that current was really strong. And we could see slowly but surely they were coming back out of the current again, and then started heading towards shore.
I haven't swam against such current ever. I've swam in currents, out of currents, in waves and so forth, but that one was exceptionally, the waves were quite big, the current was extremely strong, and it was a difficult situation.
So I went lay on my back, pulled the casualty up onto me to keep him afloat, and I would just kick. Andre would direct us out. We swam, I don't know, I looked up at the sky the whole time and all I could see is blue, so I had no idea how far, how long. It was just kicking and kicking. When we got onto the beach, Andre was shouting, "Josh, we can stand." We couldn't stand at all. You're sitting there in the water, taking off your fins, and stand up, fall down.
Feeling the sand underneath my feet was such a relief, but I was so exhausted I couldn't really stand up for the first 10 to 15 seconds after getting ashore.
I'm rather proud of them for doing it. And I think that guy, the day he came back here, they're also one of the guys that visited the station subsequent to their rescue. And, you know, seeing the gratitude in that guy's face towards these two youngsters for actually taking the trouble or having the courage to swim out there and go and save his life. And he actually resided to the fact that he was dead.
But yeah, it's nice for them to come back, and it's, like I said, that is what brings us back every time. There's no greater reward than handing someone a loved one and be able to say thank you.